Welcome to Touched and Empowered, a show created to empower individuals to value their lives by hosting think tank discussions that will inspire positive action. Touched and Empowered with Katie and Ace starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Touched and Empowered, where we are experiencing ice across.
In multiple versions across the country.
Yes. How are you experiencing it, Katie? I feel so interestingly bad about the types of ice that you've had to experience. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Maryland, East Coast, on last Sunday. So at the time of this recording, we're talking 5-6 days ago. 10 inches of snow with 2 inches of ice on top of it. Now, I live by myself. So, needless to say, in between calls, I am out trying to shovel snow. Finally got my walk done, but was not able to chip out my car until yesterday. Realized that everything that the snowplow put up against my car, since I park on the street, was frozen solid. I could not get my car out yesterday. So this morning, thankfully, I have two fantastic neighbors. So with two neighbors, myself, 3 snow shovels, 1 flathead regular shovel, and one of those lawn edging blades that you use to like cut the grass along the sidewalk. And 2 hours, we got my car out.
My goodness.
Which means I can leave the house. Yay!
Which is great. Which is
And it's like 14 degrees outside, so no, I'm staying home.
That's great. That's great. It was so funny because I told Katie, like, I'm experiencing ice too. And she was like, no, you're not.
There was snow in California?
Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm experiencing the other ice where I do want to stay at home too. Where I'm actually staying at home today. It's the nationwide shutdown right now, everybody. We're recording on the 30th. And I actually had to turn down a birthday party because they were going to have it in a part of LA that I'm like, no, that's actually a target for where ice would normally go.
Right.
And I'm not doing that at night. So I was like, I'm legal, but I'm like, I was born in the US.
But still, that's all kinds of documentation and stuff that you got to keep with you. That's the hassle of having to explain your right to be here.
Drunk. I'm not doing that. I'm like, no, it's okay. I love it. I was like, I'll just give you a free session next week. Happy birthday. Like, just no. Just like thinking about it is like there was this one time I was in a hotel and I got locked in the top of the hotel. Like there was no way to get down. They turned off the elevator and like I didn't have my phone died when I was up there, so I got stuck up there until the dawn, and the security guard mistook me for a different Asian.
Oops.
And said, it was your fault. You shouldn't have been. I'm like, no, I wasn't them. And all of a sudden they were like, oh, I'm like, oh gosh. Excuse me.
I mean, I've been mistaken for my mother, but I've never been mistaken for another nationality. So that's something new.
So if that could happen, I'm just like, if that you could mistake me for the same person with a passport. Like, come on. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna leave that there. So, what do we do during the times that we have ice related
and ice
related, not issues, but ice related
concerns?
We're going to stay at home because of ice.
Yes.
Literally all types of ice.
Yes. Stay at home. For those who are experiencing below freezing weather, stay warm. If you're above freezing weather, enjoy the comfort of your home.
If you're experiencing California weather, enjoy the comfort of your home.
Oh, I do have a funny for you.
Oh, please.
So yesterday my car was still all locked in place with the snow and ice. And
I have like a
I got
knee-jerk
it.
reaction to ice right now.
Huh?
I have like a knee-jerk reaction to the word ice right now as you say. Please continue. I'm so sorry.
So my son goes to the university 20 minutes down the road. And prior to the storm, he was told to move his car from the parking lot to a parking garage. Move it from the parking lot by the dorm to a parking garage. So then that way they could clean out the parking lot after the snow hit. And then he had until Monday to move the car back. Needless to say, they did, as my son says, they did a very bad job plowing the parking lot and plowing the streets around campus, so he was not able to get his car out of the parking garage to move it back to his parking lot.
Oh.
Someone who was in his building paid to have their vehicle towed because they didn't want to get a ticket for being in the parking garage when they weren't supposed to. And that was like a whole, like everyone was out with their cameras videotaping the ridiculousness of this. And so that person went to the front office and was like, yeah, no one else is getting their car out because I had to do, explain everything. So he had until this upcoming Monday to move his car to the parking lot. But yesterday he texted me and said he didn't know if he could get his car out. And he had a package delivered here to the house and wanted to know if I could grab him a gallon of milk and deliver the package to him on campus. So I sent him a photo of my car with ice like halfway up the driver's side and passenger side door from all the ice melt and everything else like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere, but I'll have like Instacart deliver it to you. And he's like, no, I'll figure something out.
We might need an image.
Oh, you want me to try and pull up the image?
Yeah, we might need the just the quick. This is what it looks like. Because I know you saying it is one thing, but actually seeing it for the viewers, if you're watching it on YouTube or socials.
Okay, so we'll share a screen. So this is the photo that I sent my son. So all of this is snowplow mess.
Oh.
And solid ice.
Oh.
And what you can't see is there's a pile of snow up to the trunk lid of my car, behind my car, from where the neighbor behind me cleared off their vehicle and just piled it up against my trunk.
Oh my.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
That wall between my car and their SUV is still there. I know because I backed into it today.
Oh.
After I moved my car, I backed back into my parking space and I backed into the wall of ice. No damage to the car. We're good. But the funny thing is that I ordered Instacart to deliver some groceries to me. Not a lot. Groceries arrived like half an hour before Austin was able to get his car out, came over here to pick up his package, and he took my milk.
Oh.
I told him, I'm like, just take my milk. It's fine. He didn't like steal it or anything. But I'm just laughing at the fact that my son comes over, just 5-minute visit. Hi, Mom, let me steal groceries. And
hey, that's how it works.
That's a lie. That's not what he does not do that all the time, but I joke about it because I find it very funny.
Well, I mean, at a time like this.
At a time like this, when there's probably not I ended up getting a quart of milk.
Oh my God.
Because all of the gallons and half gallons, at least on Instacart's website thing, was all sold out for the grocery store that I picked.
Well, it's funny because when I'm on social media, because I'm not in the storms of snow.
Right, you're not in the snow and ice.
Well, I'm in the storm of ice, but
you're not in the freezing snow.
Right. LA gets hit pretty hard with ice. I'm not gonna lie, folks.
Yeah.
But a different type. But when it comes to like the weather ice and your ice, it's interesting because I see it on social media how like there's people going to the grocery store and it's like a fight. It's like a fight at the grocery store. And then you'll see influencers talking to their friends. They're making these little bits of like, oh yeah, I'm in California. It's like 60 degrees. Look, this $20 shake. And like people are like, $20 shake. I'm like fighting for tooth and nail for milk. Like
oh, I know, because you sent me one of those posts. You said it was some guy who was talking on the phone. It's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What do you mean the whole store is out of milk?" And he's sitting there drinking some latte or something like that with
Some type of
some.
Air One latte, which is like, Air One's like the place you go for like $100 strawberry, one strawberry. And like
Oh
you
my
just
gosh.
and like he has this $20 like Air One shake. Oh, there was another guy. I forgot his name is Carlos. I like him. He's interesting. He was like, "Oh yeah, we're having trouble too. We just has nothing to say about like the -40 degree weather."
Yeah, it's one of those things that I understand that there are areas on the East Coast that normally do not deal with snow and ice, and it's a very unique experience. I mean, 99% of the time, where I am in Maryland, I get maybe 2 or 3 inches. I can handle that by myself, no big deal. It's been about 10 years since we've had this amount of volume
Yeah, I'm
of snow
super.
coming down. It's averaging like every 10 years when we're getting some kind of blizzard.
Yeah, I
Not
remember.
Snowmageddon levels, but
Yeah, yeah. Like I lived in New Jersey, which was not far from Maryland at all.
nope,
And
that's
like
close.
yeah, right. And like the last, like you said, every 10 years, there's usually a giant amount of snow that's like 3 feet, 5 feet. And I don't know if it's ever gotten to 5 feet.
I would say at least 4 because I know, well, what I call Snowmageddon. The snow was deep enough to completely bury and hide my 99 Pontiac Sunfire.
That's a nice car.
So it was a great car, and I drove it into the ground.
I bet you did. I would drive that car into the ground.
I drove that car into I think it died in like 2014, 2015, something like that. So I mean, it was a good car. It lasted a long time, but no, it was completely buried. You could not see where I parked it. And then when we finally got part of it cleared off, we cut in stairs in the snow, so then Austin could climb the stairs and then slide down off my car. We made him a snow slide
That's
while
pretty
we were trying to unbury the other vehicles.
fun. Aw.
Um,
I
so
think,
yeah, so that was fun, but that was also the benefits of having a snowblower
which my family has. Oh my
made
gosh.
that so much easier. Oh, the photos of your folks
Oh
with
my
the
gosh.
grins on their faces with the snowblower and stuff was so heartwarming
Like,
because it's like, yay, they're having fun.
oh my, and my parents are 70 and they're in the snow.
And they're so just
Just like happy. Like my dad's mowing snow blowing
the driveway.
the driveway, and there's just smile on his face. And then my mom, she's like, I did the cars. She went out to the cars. And I sent this to our retreat team, because I was just like, guys, like look, they're so happy. Like I woke up to my family group text seeing this, and I was just like,
It's lightheartening to see some of that. Now, I will say that there were some very interesting social media posts that I have seen and that have been shared about the snow, just in general. There were some great hacks that I've seen. My favorite one was one that you sent me where someone had put sandwich bags over their like driver's side and passenger side mirrors on their vehicles, so then that way they didn't have to scrape all the ice off the mirror.
brilliant.
I was like, I am so doing that in the future because that makes sense to me. Some of the other ones, like taking a blowtorch to a driveway,
That was hilarious. I
especially since it was a grandma in that video, that was hysterical. I'm not doing it though, but it was hysterical to watch.
She was just like, just get a blowtorch. Like, still works. I was like, wow, they're getting creative with this stuff. I guess you can't do anything else because you can't leave home. You might as well
You might as well make silly
silly content about it.
silly content about it. Might as well.
Yeah, there was that, the tarp. if it's 2 inches of snow. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. The tarp is a smart idea. We line the driveway with the tarp, so then that way all you have to do is pull up the tarp and you could pull the snow off into the grass. Is great for small amounts of snow and ice. Because what a lot of people don't realize is how heavy it gets the deeper it gets.
Yeah, true.
And there's a difference between light, fluffy snow and wet snow mixed with sleet and ice, because that
Yep.
stuff weighs a ton.
Mm.
Um, my
Mm.
my neighbors and I were joking about how we should create our own Winter Olympics based on what we have to do to clean off the car.
That's brilliant. Oh my
Because
gosh, it's so
there
brilliant.
were chunks of ice that were like 2 to 3 inches thick
We
on
should,
like the roof of my car and the hood of my car. And so we broke it into manageable size pieces, and then we were trying to frisbee disc them up I have a little hill in my front yard, so up the hill and into my bushes. I probably damaged my bushes to my front yard, but
oh
I don't care because we were just trying to frisbee chunks of ice up the hill because we couldn't put it in the road and we couldn't put it on the sidewalk.
no. If you do those Olympics, can you get a representative from every state and see what happens? I would love to be like, I would just love to see, oh, and Alaska. Next up, Hawaii. Like, how do you do this?
A national competition on how people survive and clean off their vehicles in a blizzard? That would be hysterical.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so great.
I want to see Arizona.
Oh yeah, Colorado.
Or Utah or Colorado. Well, no, Colorado got mountains, so there are people up there who will know how to do it.
They know how to take care of ice.
They know how to take care of snow and ice. But I'm talking like people who live in the desert.
Yeah, no, do it right after. Do it. It's like, oh, Colorado is next. Afterwards, Arizona. I'm like talking. I'm like doing the announcer voice, like the dog show.
Yes.
Just calmly. And
You see, but you think about it. Florida will be tricky because
yes,
there are snowbirds.
yeah.
There are like I was going to call them Beckies, but there are Canadians who drive down to Florida every winter so they don't have to deal with the snow and ice.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. No, I'm the only one in my family that doesn't have a Canadian citizenship. So like you know, like my sisters, my dad. I watched them drive in snow, so I know how to drive.
Hmm.
But
Oh yeah.
I've seen like people. I remember I went up to Mississauga, Canada, which is like right next to Toronto, and I remember driving. Well, I wasn't driving. My family was driving. I was in the back seat. Just intermission. Midnight's bringing me all over the place. Um, and it was like I just remember the snow coming down and thinking, "Oh, we're gonna stop." We didn't stop. The snow was like up to me. I was 3 foot, and it kept going. And I was like, "Oh, we're still going," because like the snow blowers and just everything is ready. The snow's gone in like 5 seconds. The roads are
Hmm.
fine, and you're just like, "Wow,
Yeah, they have their game plan,
yep,
and they've dealt with it enough times that they know what they're doing.
yeah."
They're But the funny thing is that I would say there's a good chunk of Maryland that knows what they're doing when snow hits, and then there are people who have no clue.
It's a generational thing, and they have to wait for the 10 years
Is that what it is?
to experience it, and then they'll know. Just you gotta get the one snow.
That's interesting that you say that because let's see, 10 years ago, Austin would have been 12. So he wasn't even in driver's ed when we had the last big snow.
Yeah.
Because my neighbors and I were talking about the last time that the snow was this crazy here. And it turns out that was the January before I bought this house.
Oh wow.
So that was the first, so this is the first time I've dealt with blizzard conditions at this location. I'm used to blizzard conditions at my ex-in-laws house where it's a different county, so there are different rules and there are different snow plans, and they have wider streets than I do because I'm close to Baltimore City. Whole different animal.
Totally a different animal. I, I, every time I think about snow, there's like vision. So in Canada, remember those like 80s like snowsuits?
The
That
ones that were bright pink with the teal's
Yeah, the
lightning bolt or
teal, purple,
zigzag.
pink,
Yeah.
zigzag. Okay, so my sisters had one. It was the warmest thing because in Canada it's freaking freezing. So they
Oh
went to school
yeah.
in Canada, right? So I wore that whenever the snow would go out, whenever I would go outside in the snow, and I was
Hmm.
the most comfortable like human being. Like I would go outside, I would look like 5 times my size, but it was
Right.
because it was huge. But I would lay there, and it would be a perfect 72 degrees inside that suit, and I would just. I would be.
There are some very good companies out there that make really good warm wear for winter.
Oh my God.
And I know that I invested in some like 15 years ago for Brian because he was the one who was taking care of all the snow when we shared a house with his parents. So I know he is perfectly comfortable being up. But I don't have snow. I don't have a snowsuit. I I have pajama pants, followed by a pair of yoga pants, followed by a pair of sweatpants, followed by the biggest pair of blue jeans that I own. So I was probably walking around like I was Ralph from Christmas Story,
Oh
when
yeah,
he was
the arms
snowfished
won't go down.
with my arms couldn't go down because I had, I've still got multiple layers on. I had like two sweaters on top of this and then my winter coat. You know, I was warm. It was bulky and uncomfortable, but I was at least warm.
I did. Oh yeah, that's real. I know.
If I move north, I will invest in heavy duty winter gear, but I don't foresee myself moving north.
I have a friend that's a firefighter, and he was like explaining to me like, do you miss the negative 40 degrees? And I was like, no, well, now I get to choose when I get to experience it. Like
Right?
I can go snowboarding and experience that. I've been at the negative degrees wearing snowboarding gear. Oh, and with the wind actually blowing me backwards. I've had
Right.
that before, but I get to choose when I do that.
Right.
Y'all don't get to choose. I feel bad for
Yeah,
you.
no. And props to firefighters just in general.
Yeah.
I have an uncle who's now a retired firefighter, but I remember when I was 10 maybe going to visit him at the firehouse and it was a slow day, so they actually put out their firefighter
Gear.
gear.
Mm.
And my sisters and I had a chance to try and put our feet in the boots, which of course were way too big, pull up the pants, which are way too big, and then try and run the length of the fire truck, turn around, and then run back. We didn't have to put on the coat, but we at least had to get the pants up high enough so we could. Yeah, no, I made like 2 steps and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, no, the training. So it's funny because
The training is insane. I've seen some of the videos on YouTube.
yeah, no,
Mad props. That's insane stuff.
yeah, and it's kind of intense because like so he was telling me how there's a lot of fires going on in New York City right now, and I'm like,
Yep.
how? Like that, it's just not making sense to me because of
People
the
are trying to stay warm.
yeah, they have space heaters. I was like, oh,
Hmm.
all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, you have to be very careful with those.
Yeah, please be careful with those, otherwise he won't sleep. So it's like, so it's one of those things where you're just like, what? Oh my goodness! Firefighters. When I got stuck in the snow in Bayonne, those firefighters they even offered me their jacket, and I was like, I'm okay, don't worry about it, because it just looked so heavy that
Those things are like 20 plus pounds. I don't know how heavy they are, but
yeah,
I can
no,
imagine them being like 20 plus pounds because of the protection that they have to provide.
yeah, yeah. And then he was explaining to me what you have to do, and I was like, that I could do that. He was like, but then put the gear on. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, because he was explaining like all the types of stuff that you need to do, and I'm like, physically, I can do that. How many pull-ups? I can do that. My weight is enough, just enough for me to pull me up. But if I
Right.
add the jacket, the boots, and everything else, that's like double my weight. I can't do that.
Yeah, because I was watching one of those YouTube competition. I mean, they have these really insane like relay races for firefighters. Like different departments will compete, and
Oh,
they'll see who can like unravel the hose the fastest, who can then drag the hose and climb up a ladder across a bridge and then down the ladder and then use that ladder that has the hooks on it and hook it into a window, climb up and then hook it to another window. I mean, it's like watching American Ninja Warrior stuff, but it's all firefighters tracking their gear and equipment around and stuff. And I'm just impressed.
I gotta see that. That's
I'm
really
like,
cool.
props. Just
Yeah.
more power to you.
There you go. Thank you, local firefighters and all
Thank you
firefighters
for
across
all
the United
emergency
States. Thank
people
you. Thank you. We
because
appreciate
they
you.
do amazing work. We do love you. And it's just, I am easily entertained today because I'm actually inside and warm.
And she doesn't have to worry about her car.
And I don't have to worry about my car.
Fine now.
And I
Yes.
was smart and I filled it up with gas before the snow hit, so I don't have to worry about standing out in the cold and putting gas in the car.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The only thing I didn't do was, the last minute grocery trip because I thought I had plenty in the house. Oh well, lesson learned.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But I will say I did like tip extra for the person who delivered the groceries to my house
yeah.
because I greatly appreciate them doing that for me.
I honestly, I do miss snow. I'm not gonna. It still excites me. Like when I think about snow, it still excites me. Another thing is, I work from home, so I don't
Well, I mean,
really.
I will admit there are aspects of snow that I love. I love watching snow fall. I love those videos of like people going through the woods while the snow is falling. And I've actually watched videos of people like skiing and snowboarding and stuff through the snow. It's really pretty to watch. I don't like being outside in the snow because it's cold. I don't like shoveling it.
I don't like shoveling it, but I love paying somebody to shovel. I don't know
Oh.
why. Like that's a feeling that I like doing because
Okay, so I sent a text message to my sisters on Monday, right after the snowstorm. The first time I went out, I spent about an hour. Well, no, on Sunday, it was still snowing. I was outside for about an hour doing a pre-clean of my front steps, sidewalk. I came back inside. I sent a text message to my sisters that said, "That's it. I quit. I am either moving somewhere warmer or I am hiring somebody hot and athletic to do this for me or give me a massage when I'm done as a reward."
okay, so let's put a little asterisk in that right there because that's a great segue as to why I like paying people. There was this one time the two, and this is when I was like I think I was in middle school or high school, I forgot. I think it was in middle school. So the two, in my opinion, the two like most liked and cutest guys in
Mm-hmm.
my grade knocked on my door during a snowstorm. My parents were at home. I think they were working, but like this,
Excuse you.
it's just explaining how hot these guys were to me.
Yes.
And they knocked on my door. If you ever watch this, guys, you'll know who you are. And and they were like, "Hey, we're going door to door to shovel
Shovel.
snow."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Wow, your parents are good parents. They're teaching you like the value of a dollar, pretty much, right?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And I had the money on me because I saved a lot of money at the time. I would get it for gifts, whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, you want to do it? Sure." I had the $20 waiting. I was so excited to pay them. And then ever since then, anyone who asks to shovel my snow for me or whatnot, or like if a kid wants to do it, I'm like, it's a very fulfilling to give you this $20.
I will say though, I was slightly disappointed. I actually went to the bank before the snowstorm and got out a bunch of cash because I was anticipating teenagers
Yeah.
wanting to earn money and shovel snow. I have not seen a teenager in over a week.
Yeah, you mentioned they're all playing video games.
I'm assuming they're inside playing video games because I have not seen them outside at all.
Yeah, that
And
throws me.
I was a little disappointed. I was like, I have money ready. I mean, I even told on Monday when I was outside shoveling snow, I told my neighbors on that side and my neighbor on that side, I said, if you guys see teenagers out there and they want to earn some money, I've got cash on hand. I will pay them to clean all this up for me.
You see what I mean? Like,
And nobody knocked on my door.
you know what I've learned? You go up to a kid, because this is what happened when I was in Colorado. So you tell them, hey, I'll pay any of you or any of your friends, X, Y, and Z. Just send the text around, and then somebody will knock on your door.
Yeah, but I guess I have to find the teenager first
You have
to
to
get
find
them
the
to pass
teenager.
the message along. I couldn't even find a teenager first to send them the message.
Yeah, you got to do that first. You have to find them.
No.
They're usually wearing snowboarding pants at this time. They're usually like bright green.
Though I will say I'm glad I had the cash on hand because I am going to be using that and buying. Apparently, my neighbors over there just got some kittens
Oh, dear. Oh,
like about a month and a half ago. So I'm going to use the cash and I'm going to get a gift card from like PetSmart.
Oh,
And so then that way they can get stuff for their new cats.
I was so excited for you to get a kitten.
No, I am not getting a kitten.
Fine.
As much as that fun as that would be, I have to anticipate the fact that Austin is going to be moving back home in the
Right, you'll have a
summer
kitten. You'll have a
and
kitten.
bringing his black cat, who is on the large size.
That's understandable.
He's very long.
Oh, it's long.
He's a very long cat. Like he would take up my computer desk.
Oh, that's a good.
Austin sent me photos of this cat laid out and like overflowing the windowsill.
Oh, just wonderfully like. Oh.
He's just very long and lanky, apparently.
It's my dog. It's fine.
Yeah, so it's a cat version of Midnight.
Oh, my Midnight. Well, I honestly believe my Midnight was a come here, baby.
Was a cat in another lifetime.
She was totally my cat, and just came back to me in dog form.
There you go.
Because she swats like a cat.
Mm-hmm.
She has the little white patch like the cat. And it's weird too because the coat wise. So Midnight is a German Shepherd Great Dane, right? So her
Right.
sides are actually dark brown, and then the center is black.
Yep, but it blends in.
But it blends in you, so you can't tell. The cat was the same way. Same animal. Just came back to me like literally 2 months later. After the time. Okay. Come say
Pets
hi.
reincarnated.
Yes, she has been being. You know what my dream is when I pass? To be a dog like this, spoiled like crazy. just in this giant rich home, and just being spoiled with like people who chant the same thing I chant, and they chant for me. Like that's all. That's my dream life in my next life. And on that note.
And on that note, everyone stay warm, stay safe.
Stay safe.
Wherever you are, stay safe.
Yeah, all safe. Be safe. We're sending prayers out there for all the types of safe.
And thanks for hanging out with us and have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that the discussion today will inspire you to take positive action in your life. Until next week, be empowered.